Hey guys, it's One again from Physique Transformation Academy. And today let's chat about your first anabolic cycle. I often get guys asking me, hey, what should my first anabolic cycle be? I decided I want to take this route of open or enhanced bodybuilding. Where should I start? And there's so much information out there on the internet. There's so many influencers talking about these crazy complex cycles, running so many different compounds, and you don't need to do that in terms of your health or just overall in terms of your progress. Keep it simple. Anabolics are such a small part of the equation. Do they help? Sure they do. They enhance your look. Performance enhancing, not necessarily what gives you the most amount of your results. So, first of all, you want to ask yourself, am I ready to use anabolics? How long have I been training? How much muscle mass do I currently carry? Do I have more room in order to progress naturally? Am I able to stick and follow a diet 100%? Making this a lifestyle where you don't feel like, oh my God, I'm dieting. Oh my God, this is so tough. I'm just sticking to this diet for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 12 weeks, and that's it. You want to see this as a lifestyle. You want to be able to follow a diet day in and day out, being able to eat the same thing every day. That's just normal life for you. You want to be able to train, to know how to train properly and train hard. Things like being able to contract muscles hard, being able to control weights, being able to develop muscle naturally in order to maximize results. I would say a natural athlete can do, at least at the minimum, be able to squat their body weight for quite a few reps, doing nice, slow, controlled form, being able to deadlift their body weight for a few reps, nice, slow, controlled form, and bench press their weight. Or not, it doesn't have to be bench press their body weight, maybe even 0.8, 0.9 times their body weight, but be able to do it for a minimum of 4 to 10 reps with nice, slow, controlled, hard contractions, and be able to show a physique where you're like, hey, this person works out, this person trains. That's going to be key in order to be able to have somebody be ready to start their first anabolic cycle. Now, you also want to think of things like family history. Do I have a family history of heart disease? Why do I want to do this? Are you doing this to get more girls? Are you doing this to be able to impress others? If that's your answer, then this isn't for you. It's a horrible way of thinking. You don't want to do anything in life to impress others. You want to make sure you do it for yourself, to impress yourself, especially something as serious as using anabolics. Do I want to have children in the future? It can affect people in that aspect. Am I in a financial situation where I can afford this? Do I have help from a doctor or somebody with blood work to tell me with blood work? Do I have a coach or somebody knowledgeable that I fully trust that can tell me what things I should do to maximize my health? So these are all factors you have to ask yourself. Now, let's assume those factors are all in check and you're like, hey, let's start my first cycle. Okay, first cycle. What I'm going to recommend is using a low base of testosterone. I would say anywhere between 250 to 400 milligrams. Start off with that. And you can even start with an oral just to kickstart the cycle. It's not needed. We all like to see fast results. I think something like an Anavar will get the trick done. You're not going to be retaining much water. You're going to be able to see some good fast gains right off the bat. You're going to be excited to hit the gym, and it's not going to have many side effects. You start the cycle, say 40 milligrams of Anavar the first 4 weeks, and then you run a basic testosterone cycle of those 300 to 400 milligrams of testosterone or whatever for solid 10 to 12 weeks. And I can promise you, if your training is on point, if your rest is on point, if all the other variables are on point, you're going to see some amazing, amazing results. Now, something that a lot of people get caught up with is going to be they focus on all the other variables except for their training. Training is going to be the most important part of this whole equation, because following a diet, the same diet every day, making sure you're eating enough to grow, eating enough protein, eating enough micronutrients, that's fairly simple. But being able to figure out your training volume and your execution in order to properly grow the body is going to be the key. You can be on the perfect diet, take all the anabolics in the world, and you're going to gain very, very small amount of muscle if you don't know how to train properly. If you know how to train properly, you can blow up on very small doses. And that's something I wish I knew when I first started training. Now, thankfully, my first cycle was just 500 milligrams of testosterone and 40 milligrams of D-bol for the first 4 weeks. I did that for about 12 weeks. But I would say I was far from being able to nail my diet properly And although I thought I had it properly, I was way off in terms of proper training execution and programming. And those are things I regret that I wish I knew back at the time. I would say I like to, more often than not, shy people away from anabolics and figure those variables out first and then be able to use anabolics, because that's what's going to give you the most potent results. And again, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Is it for others? Is it to impress others? Or is it because I want to be the best me that I can be in order to maximize my results and, perhaps get on stage one day? So guys, if you have any questions at all, make sure to shoot them my way and I'll be sure to answer them for you.